Well, hi, friends. Doc South here, and what is it? A relatively mild but chilly day in November here in good old North Jersey. The leaves are darn near off the trees, just a few holdouts here and there. And boy, I was just thinking, I don't know, I was looking out my window today and saying, boy, would this be a great day to go to the horse races? It would. I'm not going to be able to go. I don't really have that kind of money, even though actually, I don't have that kind of time. I've got chores to do, things to take care of. And so, yeah, home I stay. But gosh, I remember when I was younger, there was nothing better than a Saturday like this. Just, yep, pack up your troubles, throw them in a bag and stuff them under the bed for a later day. And grab a few bucks and head on down to, oh gosh, Philadelphia Park, Monmouth Park, Freehold Raceway. Oh gosh, you could go out if you felt like driving through the traffic. You could go to Aqueduct, Belmont Racetrack. There's a lot of them. A few of them out near Harrisburg. Nothing better than a cool day at the races. Yes, and I, I always liked it. As you can tell. And I actually kept like a little fund. I would put like 50 bucks in a jar, take like half of it to the track or even take the whole 50. And then whatever I had left, I'd stuff it in the jar on the way when I got home. And maybe I made a little that particular day. So again, I'd next time I went, well, there was my money all set to go. And of course, you have to there's all this. You say, well, gosh, how do you pick the horses? Well, they got data sheets for all that, and you study the data like crazy. There's even little handheld computers that you can feed in the data and see if your horse kind of rates as a contender, the one you like. And you'd be surprised. Quite often, the statistics don't lie. Other times, they get you right in the neck. And that's the fun of it. You never really know. About the only thing you can do is scream and yell for your horse to make it around the track first. That's about it. And your horse can be way out front at the start. That don't mean he's going to win. In fact, sometimes that's a bad sign because it gets all worn out. Hey, think of yourself. You're running like crazy for the first quarter mile. Gosh, you get down to that last, you pass the 3/4 pole, running like crazy, you're going to get whooped. Someone's going to pass you. Well, that's sort of what happens to the doggone horses, too. And, but to me, it was a nice, genteel, pleasant way to spend a day. And all are invited, rich or poor. Everyone's out there at the finish line screaming and yelling like there's no tomorrow. And I honestly, I remember, excuse me, for a while, I used to work in the backfield. Yeah, not long. I kept getting bit or kicked. Then I got to thinking maybe I could get killed back here with these darn horses. Race horses tend to be very high strung, nervous type. Yeah. And I know, boy, I got near one day and all I saw was his head coming for me. He was just reaching out for me. He grabbed me, man, he bit me right on the arm. You ever run into me, you ask. I got this welt on my right, yeah, I think that's my humerus bone. I got this big old lump. Man, that guy about took my arm off. Oh, and laughed about it all the way home. Anytime I got near that horse, he'd reach for me. I learned, yeah. It didn't take but one lesson to stay away from that stinker. Luckily, other people took care of that horse as far as cleaning his darn stall and everything. I don't think I'd last 5 seconds in his stall. Um, oh man, but it was kind of fun. I remember once I was with a trainer and we went to check another guy's barn at the track, and he had a few of his horses there, and his stable hands were the grooms were tending to the horses, and he says to us, he says, "Don't tell anyone." Now, it's okay if I tell you now the race is over, but he says this horse, let's say his name was Joshua. Joshua is going to fight the Battle of Jericho. He says, I'm telling you right now. I think he named his horses after biblical characters. Yeah, kind of a religious guy. Well, there's a lot of praying goes on at a horse race. Yeah, especially when the horse when the race is on. Yes, you hear a lot of praying. Okay, and but anyway, he says Joshua here is ready to do it. He says I've had him on a hideaway farm. Okay, so no one's been able to watch him, but he's turning in 1 mile race results or workout results are like 3 seconds better than anyone I've ever seen. This guy is going to do it, Joshua. And of course, we asked the burning question, well, when's his next race? He says, this afternoon. This afternoon. I said, ooh, really? He says, yeah. He says, he said, I'm putting some money down, but I'm putting it down right at the end so people don't get wise. You know, if the crowd sees too much money going on a horse, well, they smell a rat and they put their money on it too. Next thing you know, your $2 bet might only win you $2.10. Yeah, so you got to kind of keep it low. But he said, I'm going to throw it in right at the last minute. What about you guys, you in? I said, yeah. And darned, yeah, and we were looking at Joshua there, and it does look like a pretty good horse. And darned if he didn't win. Oh man, and I had like $20 on him. Oh, we made some money. Yes, indeed, because he was pretty much a long shot. He hadn't been racing in a while. People figured, well, he's just coming back to get a bit of a workout. Yeah, some workout, man. And all the other horses just were scratching their head. A few gave up and walked. Yeah, they just said, you forget it. I'm not going on. No, it wasn't quite like that. They all tried their best, but that old Joshua took it. And boy, we had some money. It was pretty nice. And a good story to tell, which is even better. Yeah. Of course, the next time everybody was wise. The darned if the Joshua, the racehorse, I don't know, he came in about 8th. So luckily I wasn't there that day, because I probably would have dumped a load on him. But instead the horse dumped a load on us. Yeah. Oh my. But it was fun. The hot dogs are great. And this kind of weather, it's just nice fall day. You're in for a treat. Winter, it's kind of rough. Summer, it's really too hot. Unless you're in a cold location, where there's a good steady breeze, like Monmouth Racetrack, always a nice sea breeze there. But it is fun. And I would say go not with piles of money, because you're just asking for it. But if you go with a little bit and, kind of make like it's just a game, and it's money you can afford to lose, you're not going to be kicked out of your house or your car's going to be repossessed. Don't do anything like that. You can have yourself a very pleasant day at the races. I'm just saying. Just saying. And there's lots of diners on the way home. And in Jersey, in this neck of the woods, there ain't nothing like a diner. Huh? Yeah, what could be finer than races and a diner? Oh, I just thought I'd say. And there's a lot of praying at the racetrack. Oh, you should hear some of the stable hands. Dear God, let my horse win. Oh, please. Hey, a lot of them from down south, anyway, I'll cut my evil ways. Cut them in half for you, Lord. Yeah. Till next race. Oh, my heavens. Anyway, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. So be it. I think sometimes God himself gets into disguise. Yeah, comes down as a human. kind of checks it all out, belays his immortal powers and all that. Doesn't want to fix the race. That wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be right. And I think he probably steps up to the old $2 window himself. Horse number 3 in the 5th race.
Sure thing.
Well, maybe, maybe not. Anyway, I'll see you later. Thank you, friends, and God bless. Bye now.